President Akufo-Addo today laid the foundation stone to kickstart the construction of the much-discussed National Cathedral. The president asked Ghanaians to appreciate the construction of the edifice as he argued God has many times saved this country from crisis. According to him, a recent Supreme Court unanimous dismissal of a case challenging the constitutionality of the construction of this project proves that it ought to be done.
The reasons for my decision to mobilize support for the construction of the National Cathedral still hold. Firstly, since gaining our freedom and independence from the British colonial power 63 years ago tomorrow, on 6th March 1957, Ghana has so far been spared civil war, famine, and epidemics. We're certainly no better than the other nations in our neighborhood who have been confronted with these challenges. But I believe it is by the grace of God that we are being preserved and sustained. And the construction of the cathedral will be an act of thanksgiving to the Almighty for his blessings, favor, grace, and mercies on our nation. Secondly, 71% of the Ghanaian people adhere to the Christian religion, grouped under the various persuasions of the Christian faith. The interdenominational National Cathedral will help unify the Christian community and thereby help promote national unity and social cohesion. The Supreme Court of the Republic, in unanimously rejecting recently a challenge to the constitutionality of the cathedral project, laid particular emphasis on this point in granting approval to the development of the project. Thirdly, I made a pledge to Almighty God that if he was gracious enough to grant my party, the New Patriotic Party, and I, victory in the 2016 election after 2 unsuccessful attempts, I would help build a cathedral to his glory and honor. I am determined to redeem this pledge.
And so it was the journey to redeeming that pledge that started today. That's President Akufo-Addo there. Well, General Overseer of the Action Chapel International Ministry, Archbishop Duncan Williams, says the projects like the National Cathedral, are bound to face criticism and resistance, but that should not discourage initiatives.
Has everything to do with generations yet unborn will always create the kinds of controversy and the kinds of resistance and opposition we are facing, not just about the National Cathedral, but anything new, anything that has never been done before, anything that men cannot comprehend, appreciate, and understand, we always react to it. But let me say to the chairman and to all the members of the trustees, let us not allow the opposition, the controversy, the misrepresentation, the criticisms to...
Archbishop Duncan Williams, the president of the Worldwide Miracle Outreach, Dr. Lawrence Tete, has been raising concerns about persons who criticize the demolition of structures on the land to be used for the construction of the cathedral.
If it comes to National Cathedral, it should be devoid of political colors. As a matter of fact, this monument for me is for God and not for NDC, not for MPP. This is the time that we should come together in the massive united front to think about how we can protect and preserve the Christian heritage. As for me, building a National Cathedral is like building a house of God. And so it doesn't matter whether you belong to NDC, MPP, CPP, or DPP. Building a cathedral for God is most important. People have asked, why are we breaking buildings? In fact, if you can break the whole of Accra and use it to build a house for God, it's not about Nanado. It's not about John Mahama. It's not about anybody. It's about God.
So you think it wouldn't be a misplaced priority to even break all the buildings in Accra to put up a National Cathedral?
Oh, I will not mince my words. That let's break the whole of Ghana and build it into a church, and that will be a place of peace. As a matter of fact, if we want peace, cohesion, and unity, what will bring us together is the church.
What do you make of assertions out there that the resources that are going to be used to construct this cathedral, the money and everything, could be used to, there are a lot of schools under trees, there are a lot of communities without water, potable drinking water and all of that, hospitals without beds and all of that. What do you make of these suggestions?
Let me say this again. When it comes to National Cathedral and building for God, I will not politicize anything. The poor will always have. The people will always be in need. But as we build this thing, it will even be a safe haven for us to come together. It is in unity that lies power. So if we can come together to build, and let me say this again, it's not about NDC, MPP or CPP. After all, forget about the political parties.